All right, ladies and gentlemen, they're still talking about, as we were earlier, the Super Bowl and some are calling it the worst call ever in sports by a head coach. And joining us now is Jared Max, and you hear him in New York at WCBS 880, 24/7 News, and also you read him at cbsnewyork.com. Jared, welcome, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you, Steve?
I'm good. Pete Carroll isn't so good. I got to tell you, I was happy because I was rooting for the Patriots for a lot of reasons. But that call, I mean, how could you not give it to the best running back on the face of the earth from that distance with that many cracks at it? Why would you risk that pass?
Have you ever overthought something, Steve? You know, when the simple place between point A and point B is the straight line, and you overthink it, and maybe you decide, oh, I can go around this way, or let me try this. I think that's what happened. It surprises me because Pete Carroll is an established head coach. He was seconds away from becoming the first ever coach in both college and the NFL to win multiple championships. He knows how to handle big-time situations, but he dropped the ball last night. I don't know what happened. I was happy that afterwards that Carroll certainly manned up and said, this one's on me. But his 53 players on the roster, how do they feel? It's not very easy to get to the chance to a Super Bowl, let alone to win it, be in position to win. And to come that close and have, boy, I mean, you never want to get beaten by your own head coach. And the Seahawks, I think, did most of what they could do to be in position to win. And that decision to pass, now Pete Carroll said, and his offensive coordinator as well, it had to do with clock management. They were trying to leave New England with no time on the clock, essentially, to come back after they would have scored the go-ahead touchdown. But again, Steve, I don't get it. You win with your best, you lose with your best. And if I could throw an analogy at you, picture Game 7 of the NBA Finals, and your team is down 1 point with 15 seconds to go, say, and you have possession of the ball, and you're bringing it up the court, you go past midcourt, and look at that, there's a man wide open for a layup under the basket. But somebody stops before the three-point line and decides, let me chuck one up from here.
Yeah, no,
terrible decision it would be. And as a football fan, if I might use this particular word to describe it, Steve, I felt deflated by the end of last night's game.
Well, I felt invigorated and overinflated, I guess. I don't like the Seahawks. I don't like Lynch not talking to the media. Who the heck does he think?
Can we talk about Richard Sherman?
Yeah, I want to talk about Sherman. Sherman holding up the number with his fingers of Darrell Revis, who had just got burned for a touchdown, and he's on the sideline celebrating someone else's misery, and in your face, and I just couldn't stand that. That's why I love Russell Wilson. I can't stand so many of those other players on that team. And then at the end, the thuggery in the fights, I thought it just showed who they truly were.
I found that with Richard Sherman doing that, Steve, if that was, forget about just a rookie, anybody but an all-pro on the team, the coach would be in his face in a moment, and that would be we would see that on camera and everything, the coach screaming him out saying, hey, buddy, it's the Super Bowl, it's the third quarter still, and we're only up 10 points. So you know what? Why don't you shut your mouth and play the game? And Richard Sherman, Mr. Big Mouth from last year with Aaron Andrews in the comments, and then of course everybody said, "Wow, who's this thug?" And then they found out, "Oh, this guy's not a thug. He went to Stanford. He's a smart guy." Well, you know what? He didn't look too smart last night. And karma in sports, I mean, I don't know. Did it have an effect? Did the Seahawks lose because after Darrell Revis blew coverage on a touchdown and Sherman mocked him, showing the number? Did the Seahawks lose because of that? No, obviously.
Well,
never a good sign in sports. No. After that, they were outscored.
And what made it worse for Seahawks fans certainly was that miraculous catch on 2 plays prior to the interception, reminiscent for Brady and and New England of the catch by Tyree.
It was better than David Tyree.
It was better. Listen, Jared, great talking to you, sir. Thank you as always. We'll read you at cbsnewyork.com, and we'll listen to you on WCBS 880, 24/7 News. Thank you, my friend.
Always a pleasure, Steve.
Take care.
Stay safe,
Give Me
man.
Five is next, folks. Don't go away.